Feeling stuck? Great. Then start. Just start doing something that's a little bit more exciting than what you're currently doing. Because a lot of times we get stuck in this like pressure that we have to complete things, or there's something that we want to do, and we start to procrastinate. And we just get into our head, and I'm holding myself accountable to that too and taking responsibility. I've done that. Heck, I even did that right before I started making this video. And you know what I did? That's right. I started. I just started and hit record and went for it. Only comb my hair a little bit. I'm not going to bother getting ready. You know what's important though is that I started. Yeah. So what are you waiting for? Just start. Start doing that new endeavor. Start doing that current endeavor. Just take one little baby step. Even if you only put in like 30 minutes or an hour, something is always better than nothing. And if you haven't started the thing that you're excited about, well, it's either day one or someday. And I guarantee you, day one is always way less than what it looks like a year down the road. Because a year down the road, when you finally achieve that version of you or that idea you had in your mind, or maybe you achieve it sooner, either way though, it's going to look way different how you run your day to day doing that exact same thing than you do day one. It means you get to do less. So don't overwhelm yourself, because that is the one thing that will always cause someone to fail, is that overwhelmment, which leads to that procrastination. So it becomes important to be aware of your thoughts, your feelings, and especially how you talk to yourself, the self-talk you have. Maybe you think you're not good enough. Maybe there's plenty of other people doing the thing that you want to start doing. Don't let your previous ego get in the way of that, because your ego wants to keep you in that familiar space. Your ego is the safety precaution. It wants to keep you where you're at. It wants to keep you in a comfortable position, because anything that's a little bit anxiety driven or fear based or the unknown, where there's a little bit of uncomfortability, the ego always wants to fight that, because it wants to keep you safe to the previous version of you that you are right now. That's why you're currently thinking about shifting here. And if you're not just taking some action in alignment towards that vision of yourself, then guess what? You're letting your ego win, because the ego is afraid of having an ego death. And what does that mean with an ego death? It means the rebirth of a new one. You create this new persona, because a year from now, you're going to pick up so many new things and learn so many things that you can't even imagine, as the universe just continues to provide for you the supplies and things that you'll need on your journey to whatever it is that you want. Except a year from now, you couldn't even imagine like where you're actually going to be. Because when I first started my YouTube journey, and you can look at any of my previous old videos, and they're nothing like they are now. You know, now I have like a microphone, better camera. Most importantly, I can just speak on camera and just go with the flow and not even worry. Prior to that, I was like, man, I just kind of like was more calm, more relaxed, more afraid and fear. I wasn't really in this like flow state energy. And you know what that came with? That came with 247, 48 videos in. I mean, it came a lot sooner because CapCut decided, the universe gave me a little, hurdle to go over, except I looked at it as a benefit, because CapCut decided to stop loading my videos when I was uploading them from my iPhone into it, and it had an update, and like when you click play, it would just take forever to render like one section. So I couldn't even edit videos. Like I normally used to make cuts, and like, eventually I got to that point where I was able to like paste things together really quickly, and like all my pauses, I would get rid of them. And then finally, when that update happened, I had no choice but to make in the flow videos. Learn how to slow down, control my pace, stay focused to the point. And that just came naturally, like very quickly. Once I realized I can't make very many edits, right? So it challenged me. Sometimes you're going to experience challenges. And now I'm in the flow without any worry of what words are gonna go. And that's the thing is, challenges in life, including overwhelmment or procrastination, is just a challenge for you to set healthy boundaries with your thoughts. Life is always giving you specific instructions on how to get better at the thing that you're currently doing, at the step that you're currently on. Because that next step will always open up and that door will open, and you have to take the next step. You have to take action towards that next step. So start. Just like when CapCut messed up, door got open. I could have chose to given up. And what did I do? I said, F it. I'll try a new method. I'll go in the flow. No edits. So I stepped through the door and it became better than I could have imagined. So I challenge you. Find out the things that you're looking at in your life where you're like, I wish it was easier. I wish, it wasn't so hard or so difficult. Well, why don't you go ahead and allow yourself to look up how to make it easier? Because it gets easier when you get better. Don't wish for things to be easier. Wish for you to be better. So I challenge you, all right? Have a transformative, alchemizing day. Beautiful soul, and namaste. Much love. Bye.